Friday, Joe. How are you, man?
Happy Friday, Chris.
Happy
Looks like a
Friday.
beautiful day out there.
It is a gorgeous day out there. October 24th, coming to you
I love it.
from 2900 South College Avenue. So, I wanted to just go through a couple like headlines that I've read over the last week. Get your thoughts, Joe, about everything, and then we'll get it. But it's kind of wild what's going on right now. So, this is kind of a macro overview we're going to give everybody. We're not making predictions, but I mean, I do think rates are going to go lower, and we're just going to go through this. And I think the industry is changing. So next week, the Fed is going to cut rates again. That's 100% certain.
On Wednesday, right?
On Wednesday, I
Wednesday.
think, yes,
Yep.
pretty sure it's Wednesday. And I believe there's a good chance they're going to cut in December. Okay. Um, we've talked about it before, Fannie and Freddie going public potentially. So here's a headline. This is from October 22nd, 2 days ago. Fannie Mae CEO exits as Trump considers IPO. Today, the CEO was out. They do have a new CEO in position.
And
You
that's a
have
Fannie.
at Fannie, yeah, you have the
Fannie.
head of the FHFA, Federal Housing Financial Authority, Bill Pulte, tweeting out. Somebody goes, "Hey, could we see Fannie and Freddie IPO by year end?" This was yesterday. I said as early as late 2025, but could be Q1 or Q2 of 2026. We shall see. It's up to the president what to do, if anything. Um, and then on top of all of that, we have the CEO of Robinhood. Rob, you just started an account at Robinhood, one of the
Yep.
largest trading investment platforms. You can do 401ks, everything there now. Somebody was asking about what's the next big market for tokenization. I'll go basically blockchain tokenize things, certain assets. And he replied real estate. So, and everybody's like, well, this is going to take forever to happen. When is this going to go? Um, I don't know if this has anything to do with it, but you and I both got PIWs this week. One was putting 10% down, one put 13% down. We've never.
And a PIW is an appraisal waiver.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
So, Joe, we've never seen that.
They never issued them if you didn't have 20% down.
Right.
So yeah,
It's
it's something we haven't seen before. They're obviously loosening up on those appraisal guidelines, and they're changing the appraisal report in
so
2026 as
to,
well.
to to say that, like, when are we going to see any of this maybe happen? I mean, we're literally seeing it right now, Joe, you and I, and getting
Yep.
waivers on appraisals with somebody putting 10% down. Like, never
Yeah.
happened.
Never happened. Yeah.
Couple other things. Powell will be out next May. We're going to have a new Fed chair next May, and that's going to be basically just they're just going to whatever the White House says they're going to do, right? They're going to put
Yep.
somebody in there.
Yep.
Next year's midterms, you know, whether they do it, it doesn't matter how they do it, whether they do it. They're going to want to go into those midterms with, hey, we got the lowest mortgage rates. I don't know. You add all this up, and it just is very interesting times to see what's going to happen. I do think these rates will continue lower, but it could be dead wrong. So we'll have to see.
Well, and I was watching Bill Bonner this morning. The
Yep.
CPI for September came out
Yep.
low.
Yep.
Jobs are lower. Everything is just going down. Which is not great for the world as a whole, but in
Yeah.
terms of mortgage interest rates, this is great. And this is not yet, but this is the time we start to have that conversation to take advantage of it, right? If you're in the mid to high sixes,
Yeah.
your refinance opportunity is either here or will be here very soon. So make sure to reach out. We'd love to go over that with you and make sure it's a good time for you to save some money and jump on it.
And you
So
made a good point the other day too, Joe. Like, how long we think rates are going to come down, but how long do they stay there for? 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 5 months, 2 years?
yeah, I was like the last two times the rates dropped to about where they are now. It was like for a half a day and 3 hours were the two
Yeah.
times, and the next day it was a quarter higher and just shot back
Yeah.
up. So it's like it never was there. So if you are wanting to refinance, you kind of need to do a loan app and be ready to go. So when the rates do drop, we call you and say, "Hey, rates are here.
Yep.
Can I pull your credit and lock it?" And then we just do it.
Yep.
So
Yeah.
that's the best way to go to be ready because these things are so fickle. Now we may be wrong. We may have 6 weeks to lock in refis. You never know how long it goes.
Right.
But we may only have a couple hours. You just
Yeah.
never know. So
Cool,
yeah.
buddy. Well, yeah, I just want to kind of go over all these headlines I've been reading and just how everything is
Yep.
just it's going to be a real fascinating next 6 months. And I think the housing market, is, for better or worse, the process of buying a home, I think that's going to start changing over the next year or two, and maybe sooner.
Yeah,
Who
they're
knows?
going to try to streamline it, and obviously AI and the computers are going to be a factor there, and we're already starting to see that with some of the
Yep.
investors. So
Yep.
it's all coming. It'll be interesting. Just buckle up, and we'll post it.
All right, buddy. Well, hey, with all that, I got the rate screen up. If you want to start
Okay.
off with purchases, we'll rock and roll.
So some purchase rates here. Conventional 30-year fixed. If you're not a first-time home buyer, you're over the income limits. It's at 6%, assuming good credit today.
Yep.
Conventional 15-year fixed, assuming good credit, is at 5.25 today, and that's just based on a 20% down purchase.
Okay.
Jumbo 30-year, depending on credit, debt ratio, liquid assets, you're anywhere from 6.25 to 6.5 if you want a 30-year fixed
Those
or
things change all the time. You
30
got
year.
arm loans that you could price out right now. Sometimes it'll
Yeah,
beat
and if you
those.
want an arm, you can get a little lower.
Yeah.
So it just depends. As far as the government loans, FHA, which is a 3.5% down min, is at 5.375 today. I believe that's an eighth lower than last week.
Hmm.
And VA zero down is at 5.625. Assuming a 550 purchase price, you could actually get 5.5 for about
Oh,
$700 today. So just know
okay.
there are other options before you lock it we can talk about.
Yep.
Um, and then a 15-year, we already talked about the 15-year, and we already talked about the jumbo. So let's go to refinances.
Okay.
If you're doing a rate and term refinance, meaning no cash out to 70% loan to value, you're at 5.875 today.
Okay.
If you're doing a rate and term to 80%, you're at 5.996%. So, you got a five handle in front of your rate if you're not taking cash out on a refinance right now. If you do need cash out to pay off credit cards, HELOCs, whatever, cash out refi to 70% loan to value is at about 6.125 today. But if you want to go to 80%, it's at 6.5. And again, you can do cash out on investments. They cap it at 75%. And those are in the 6 range to 75 today. Um,
Cool.
couple interesting
Real
holidays.
quick before you
Oh,
go into
yeah.
the
Yeah.
birthdays and days, um, we did have a real estate agent ask about putting down 15% on it was like a $1.6 million purchase. So obviously not 20%, but there are, non QM products out there where you can put 15% down, and that rate was like 6.875 with no mortgage insurance. That was basically the mortgage insurance was baked into the rate. So
It's
that,
built into it.
yeah, kind
Yeah.
of an
Yeah.
unusual quote, but yeah, I just want to throw that out there.
So if for jumbo, you don't have to have 20% down if you're okay with a little higher rate,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
And you still got to qualify with good credit and good reserves. But
Yeah.
yeah, that's a good point. Happy National Food Day. Boy, that's about as vague as it gets right there.
Let's get it. Not like a
Um,
type of food, but just any food.
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 And then Happy World Kangaroo Day and National Kangaroo Day Awareness. So
Boy,
I do like kangaroos, and I'll be in San Diego here in a couple weeks checking out the zoo, so I'll see a kangaroo.
can you get a picture of a kangaroo so we can post that somewhere?
I will.
All
I'll
right.
try to get one with Haley. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I've known you a long time. Didn't know your love for kangaroos, Joe. I had no idea. I
And
had no
then
idea.
celebrity
Hey,
birthdays. Happy 30th birthday to Jaylen Brown, Celtics basketball player,
yeah.
NBA,
Pretty quiet start to the
and
year in the NBA right now. Not a whole lot going on. So,
not a whole lot. And then happy 39th birthday to rapper Drake.
oh, okay.
That's what we
Nice.
got today.
Hey,
And
real quick, go back to the
yeah,
kangaroos. Do you know what a baby kangaroo is called?
you're cutting out there, Chris. I can't.
I believe it's called a joey.
Joe, you know what? I've heard that. That might be right, actually.
If we're
That might
wrong
be
on
right.
that, please let us know. But I'm pretty sure
Um,
it's called a joey.
real quick, my daughter's birthday, Haley's on Sunday.
Woo.
Murphy's birthday is next Tuesday. My
Yep.
stepdad Dick's birthday is Tuesday. So happy birthday to you all, and thanks for watching. Have a good weekend.
Thanks, Joe. All right. Have a great weekend,
Yep.
everybody.
You
Bye.
guys.